What if I told you that most people are walking straight into disaster and they don't even know it? What if the path you're on right now is leading you somewhere you never wanted to go? Right now, somewhere in the world, someone is making a terrible choice. They're following the wrong crowd. They're ignoring good advice, and they think everything is fine. But here's the thing, they're about to learn a lesson the hard way. This isn't a modern problem. 3,000 years ago, King Solomon, the wisest man who ever lived, saw the same pattern repeating over and over. And he wrote it down so we wouldn't have to learn everything through pain and regret. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine you're young, full of energy and trying to figure out this crazy thing called life. And then some people come up to you. They look confident, they seem successful, and they make you an offer. Come with us, they say. We've got a shortcut. We know how to get what we want fast. No waiting, no grinding, just results. Sounds good, right? But here's what they're not telling you. That shortcut, it's a trap. And Solomon saw this trap catching people every single day. He watched good people get pulled into bad situations. He saw young men and women waste their potential by following the wrong voices. And he knew something that most people never figure out. The beginning of your journey determines where you end up. Think about it. If you get on the wrong bus, it doesn't matter how comfortable the seat is. You're going to the wrong destination, and the longer you ride, the farther you get from where you actually need to be. So Solomon wrote down these proverbs, not as boring rules, not as religious lectures, but as a survival guide, a map that shows you where the traps are hidden, a warning system that goes off before you make the wrong turn. And here's what makes this so powerful. These aren't just nice ideas. This is tested wisdom. This is knowledge that has survived thousands of years because it works. Generation after generation, people who followed this wisdom built good lives. And people who ignored it, they learned the hard way. The question is, which group are you going to be in? Because right now you're at a crossroads. Every single day, you're choosing between wisdom and foolishness, between listening and ignoring, between building something good and watching it all fall apart. And the crazy part, most people don't even realize they're making these choices. They think they're just going through their day. But every decision is taking them somewhere. Every choice is either building their future or destroying it. So before we go any further, I need you to understand something. This isn't entertainment. This isn't background noise. What you're about to hear could literally change the direction of your entire life. Are you ready? Then let's dive into what Solomon actually said. Solomon starts with something that might surprise you. He says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Now hold on. What does that even mean? Fear, let me break this down in a way that makes total sense. Think about electricity. It's powerful. It can light up your entire house. It can power everything you own. But if you don't respect it, if you just grab a live wire without thinking, it will hurt you. That respect for electricity, that healthy fear, that's what keeps you safe while you use its power. That's what Solomon is talking about. He's saying there's a source of wisdom bigger than you. And if you respect it, if you approach it the right way, it will light up your whole life. But if you think you know better, if you ignore it, you're going to get burned. And here's the thing that makes this so practical. Solomon says fools despise wisdom and instruction. Let that sink in. The difference between a wise person and a fool isn't intelligence. It's not education. It's not how much money you have or where you came from. The difference is simple. Wise people listen. Fools refuse to learn. I've seen this play out 1,000 times. You probably have too. Someone gives advice. Good advice. Advice that could save you years of pain. And what happens? Some people say, "Thank you, I'll think about that." But others, they get defensive, they make excuses, they explain why the advice doesn't apply to them. And 5 years later, guess which group is doing better? Solomon understood human nature. He knew that the biggest obstacle to wisdom isn't lack of information. We're drowning in information. The obstacle is pride. It's thinking we already know everything. It's refusing to admit we might be wrong. So he writes this manual, and he starts by saying, listen to your father's instruction. Don't forsake your mother's teaching. Why? Because they're a garland for your head. They're a chain around your neck. What does that mean? In ancient times, garlands and chains were symbols of honor. They were decorations that showed someone was valued, respected, important. Solomon is saying that when you listen to good teaching, when you accept wisdom from people who care about you, you're decorating your life with honor. But when you ignore good advice, when you push away the people trying to help you, you're stripping away your own protection. And this is where it gets really practical. Solomon isn't talking about blind obedience. He's not saying accept everything everyone tells you. He's saying pay attention to people who genuinely want what's best for you. Your parents, your mentors, the people who have nothing to gain from your success except the joy of seeing you thrive. Because here's the truth, you can't figure out everything on your own. Life is too complex. The traps are too well hidden. You need guides. You need wisdom from people who've walked the path before you, and if you're too proud to listen, then you've already made your choice. You've chosen the fool's path, and Solomon is about to show you exactly where that path leads. Now, Solomon gets specific. He shows you exactly what the trap looks like, and this is where it gets real. He says, if sinful men entice you, do not give in to them. And then he tells you exactly what they're going to say. It's like he's giving you the script that bad influences use. And here's the crazy part. People are still using the same script 3,000 years later. Listen to what they say. Come along with us. Let's lie in wait for innocent blood. Let's ambush some harmless soul. Let's swallow them alive. We'll get valuable things. We'll fill our houses with plunder. Cast lots with us. We'll all share the loot. Now you might be thinking, that sounds extreme. Nobody's asking me to ambush people. But Solomon is showing you the pattern. He's revealing the mindset behind all bad influences. Look at what they promise. Easy money, quick results, shared rewards, and most importantly, they make it sound like teamwork. Come with us, we're in this together. But notice what they're actually doing. They're targeting innocent people. They're planning to take what doesn't belong to them. They're building their success on someone else's loss. And here's the key insight. They're justifying it by splitting the loot. We'll all share. As if sharing stolen goods makes stealing okay. As if having partners in crime makes the crime disappear. This happens every single day. Someone offers you a shortcut that involves compromising your integrity, cheating on a test and sharing answers with friends, taking credit for work you didn't do, gossiping and tearing someone down to make yourself look better, joining in when a group targets someone weaker. And they always make it sound reasonable. They always make it sound like everyone's doing it. They always make it sound like you're the weird one if you don't join in. But Solomon cuts through all of that. He says, my son, do not go along with them. Do not set foot on their paths. Why? Because their feet rush into evil. They're swift to shed blood. Think about that phrase. Do not set foot on their paths. Not even one step. Because once you start walking in that direction, momentum takes over. One compromise leads to another. One bad choice makes the next bad choice easier. And then Solomon hits you with a powerful image. He says, how useless to spread a net where every bird can see it. What does that mean? If you spread a net out in the open, what bird is going to fly into it? None, because they can see the trap. But here's the thing. These men spreading the trap, they are the birds. They're setting a trap for themselves and they can't even see it. They think they're being clever. They think they're getting away with something, but they're actually destroying their own lives. They lie in wait for their own blood. They ambush only themselves. This is the path of everyone who goes after ill-gotten gain. It takes away the life of those who get it. Now we come to the most powerful part. Wisdom herself speaks, and what she says should make everyone stop and think. Wisdom calls out in the open. She raises her voice in the public square. She cries out on top of the wall. She makes her speech at the city gate. In other words, wisdom isn't hidden. It's not some secret knowledge that only special people can access. It's right there, available to everyone. And what does wisdom say? How long will you, who are simple, love your simple ways? How long will mockers delight in mockery and fools hate knowledge? This is a question we all need to ask ourselves. How long are we going to stay in patterns that don't work? How long are we going to make fun of good advice instead of taking it? How long are we going to hate the knowledge that could actually save us? And then wisdom makes an offer. Repent at my rebuke. Then I will pour out my thoughts to you. I will make known to you my teachings. This is huge. Wisdom is saying, if you just turn around, if you just change direction, I'll give you everything you need. I'll pour out my thoughts. I'll make my teachings known. But you have to make the choice. You have to repent. You have to admit you are going the wrong way and turn around. But then comes the warning, and this is where it gets uncomfortable. Wisdom says, but since you refuse to listen when I call, since no one pays attention when I stretch out my hand, since you disregard all my advice and do not accept my rebuke, I in turn will laugh when disaster strikes you. That's harsh. Wisdom will laugh at your disaster, but think about what's really being said here. It's not cruelty. It's the natural consequence of ignoring reality. If someone warns you that the bridge is out and you ignore them and drive off the cliff anyway, what can they do? They tried to help. You refuse. The outcome was predictable. Wisdom continues. When calamity overtakes you like a storm, when disaster sweeps over you like a whirlwind, when distress and trouble overwhelm you, then they will call to me, but I will not answer. They will look for me, but will not find me. Why? Because they hated knowledge. They did not choose to fear the Lord. They would not accept advice. They spurned rebuke, and now they will eat the fruit of their ways. They will be filled with the fruit of their schemes. This is the law of the harvest. You reap what what you sow. The waywardness of the simple will kill them. The complacency of fools will destroy them. But here's the good news. Whoever listens to me will live in safety and be at ease without fear of harm. That's the promise. Listen to wisdom, follow the right path, and you'll build a life of safety, ease, and peace. No fear, no harm, just the good life that comes from making good choices. The choice is yours. Which path will you take?